I used to be really a nationalist, issue like, well, Mexico, Mexico, until I started experimenting the suffering of the migrants. And in the middle of the jungle, I remember on my third trip, specifically the third trip, where I got really sick with malaria, I was seeing children drowning. And I started thinking like, God, I know that you tell me what to do because I don't know what to do. Just tell me what to do. And I just felt that he said, like, leave the camera and go carry. And I just left the camera, and it was like a whole 2 hours of carrying people out. Like out, like 2, 3, 5, 6. Man, a lot of people. And I remember my boy Ben was sitting on the other side. He was so sick, he couldn't get up. And it's like, Oscar, it's never gonna end. And I said, I don't want people to die, man. I remember telling him that. So it changes you. All this stuff, it changes you a lot. Your life completely changes. You understand how they use people for their own political gain. And you understand how our people are so not educated. And they take advantage of that because we're not educated on how people can take advantage of us, and they can easily manipulate that. That's what the NGOs were doing. That's why I get so mad at them.
That's funny that's why I'm going into Tanzania.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I want to make videos for the girls in the villages to say, hey, like, these traffickers aren't your friends. These madams that are coming to get you, you're not going to have the life that they're promising you. And once you get you out of this country, you're done. And that's not uncommon. And what we're going to do is we're going to take you all the way deep into the town, the hub, the Mecca, the capital, which is Dar es Salaam, which is where you're going to see a lot of these madams and a lot of these escorts are actually working. And these are the recruiting areas. So in these villages where these women, they'll have 10 kids. When the husband passes away, they are a perfect target because they have no money. They have no way to provide for the remaining, 8 or 9 children that they have. So are they willing to sell and part with one child to feed the rest? And the answer is almost always yes. Okay, there's no coming back.
This used to be my spot. So I used to come here 2, 3, 4 o'clock at night. And this used to be a high trafficking spot.
Breaking. Another caravan has left the south border of Tapachula. Around 1,500 migrants left today the south border of Mexico, walking in their intention to get to the north borders of Mexico and try to cross to the United States of America before January 20th, as Donald Trump will be inaugurated to become president.
People from all across the globe, they used to traffic them through that open area, and they used to be dropped off right there. Second layer, 2 layers of the wall, it connects to the other side of the mountain. The other side of the mountain now is the beach.
Ríguete, güey. Ríguete, rata.
And I walked that mountain all the way from the top all the way to the bottom. On the bottom, you will see, back in the day, you will see a lot of debris of all kinds of stuff. This is the bridge that is connected. Remember that what we saw over there? It's going to connect all the way over here.
What is the bridge going to do? What is it for?
It says for roads to eliminate traffic because we have an overpopulated situation right now in the city.
Yep.
So what I used to do is come over here and post up over here. Right here. And this used to be the place.
Oscar for Real America's Voice News, live from south of the border of Tapachula, walking again with a caravan that is coming out of migrants, around 2,000 to 2,500 migrants from Central and South America. This migration phenomenon that has been occurring in South America from the Darien Gap all the way to the Triangle of Central America and going up into the northern borders to the United States of America. This unstoppable force, this is what the Biden border crisis, the reality of creating an open border agenda, which everybody understands and believes that walking through every border, it is the undeniable way to enter to another country. So,
yeah, it's all trash. Yeah, it's the people drop the trash right here.
Really?
It's normal. We don't have that efficient trash system, so they drop the trash over here.
Yeah, El Salvador, they burn it.
Yeah, but over here they're not doing that. This used to be used to be homeless people living. Now you have all this infrastructure going on right now, and
And what do these houses go for? 60?
Yeah, around 60. Well, I don't want you to really intelligently, when you go back, point to the house that is on the corner. That used to be a cartel member that he used to own this whole ring, and that's the way he grew his house. Look, and he left it to his sons, and he owns a construction company. So he built a third floor right there on the top, which it has the whole view. Point it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got it.
The point view to the whole area. It also has built-in cameras outside. It's a guy that had a lot of power, you know. So that's in Pearl Beach right there, Pearl Beach, California. And well, it was really easy for them. Back in the day, there was not a second layer of the wall. It was only one layer. So it was really easy. They used to cross and then, you know, used to run through all these little routes.
We would know virtually nothing about what's going on at our southern border were it not for independent journalists and grassroots filmmakers.
Ryan Mata, he's the investigative journalist behind ThisIsTreason.com.
Ryan Mata and his team, his editing team, created what I believe is a unicorn, never to be seen, has never been seen and will never be seen again.
But he released it and it's called What is Treason? Trafficked.
It is the most powerful piece of filmmaking I have ever seen.
By the way, was really well done.
If everybody were to watch a documentary, What is Treason, #trafficked, if everybody watched that, all 300 plus million Americans, Trump would win like this. I don't know why it's not the number one issue. Every time I come back from an operation, I'm just like incensed when I read the news, like what made the headlines. The headlines every day should be, millions of kids are enslaved and the United States is driving the market with their policies.
My work revolves around rescuing trafficked children. The only way to combat this evil is sunlight. We must expose the system that allows these monsters to stay hidden in the shadows. America is the #1 consumer of child and we have more agents working in the PR department at every FBI field office than we do hunting down these predators who are selling child on the internet. I wonder why America is the #1 consumer of child.
It is as sinister as it gets. People buying or selling children for
an awful situation now.
To really drive this fact home, last year Alex Rosen, one man, was able to expose 248 pedophiles. The entire FBI only arrested 1,408, meaning one man with the right resources could take down more pedophiles than the entire FBI. This is why I need your support. I've dedicated the last 3 years of my life to exposing this evil. Over the past 8 months, I've released 6 full-length Netflix-quality documentaries showing how the United States government is running the world's largest government-sponsored, taxpayer-funded child trafficking syndicate. I cashed out $100,000 of my 401k to undertake this mission, turning me into the most censored filmmaker in America. I am permanently banned on LinkedIn, demonetized on 3 YouTube channels, had 3 Instagram accounts deleted, lost 2 Twitter accounts, and I'm on my 12th TikTok account. The censorship industrial complex has cut off every source of funding that I could use to generate income. I placed my first film behind a paywall. We made over $125,000 in sales, but the film didn't reach the masses. I need to give these films away for free to wake up the masses and save these children. It was God who sent me on this mission. Now I'm asking you for help to continue God's mission. Please visit GiveSendGo.com/Ryan Mata Films and support this cause. For $100,000, we can continue to operate for an entire year producing 4 more documentaries. For $1 million, my voice would become so loud that I could force this administration to undertake radical reform and bring home over 50% of the kidnapped children in America.
We know that there was upwards to over 300,000 children that were lost.
During the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery.
Now, whose country is this in this first wall on Mexico side, or is it on American side?
No, this is our side right here.
This wall is actually in Mexico. Oh, the cement is your side.
Is right there, yeah.
But the wall is on USA.
It's on US. There's something crazy because it's really difficult to track the country's territory limitation. So an international treaty between 2 countries, it is that 5 meters from where the limitation is, it can be used by the United States for several particular situations, and also 5 meters to the other side, Mexico can also use it with also particular, politics.
Yep.
So that's the way that they had to agreement, like this can be mine, this can be yours. But also they put a limitation in the middle.
Yep.
After the massive influx, they started implementing cameras. That's why they put that camera right there. And it was with the push of the government of the United States to push them so they can start securing this area because they were crossing massive people over there.
They got 4 freaking cameras. 5 cameras.
Yeah, the one on top is the one that has high range, and it's 361.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's go to another spot.
Yeah.
So I want to show you another one. Buenas. Periodista, viejón. De Estados Unidos. Sí. ¿Dónde le puede, viejón?
I know what that means.
That's
America.
Yeah, no, that's
the sun.
That's a guy that basically works, on on things that they're not good. But they ask that kind of stuff,
What did he say? I just heard you.
He said, "What are you doing?"
Oh.
And that's how they approach you.
Yep.
They're nice, but they just want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And immediately he said, "Which network?" And I said, "No, just network from the U.S." Like, oh, okay. But if you're from a network from here, if I would have said a network from here, he would have immediately asked, like, "Oh, let me call your boss or let me see what you're doing over here."
Oh, okay.
Because they have everything controlled.
Yeah.
That's what I told you, that specific location had a lot of back in the day, they made a lot of money, specifically on that location. Now, these are hotspots where they used to hide people. There's also
stash houses.
Yeah, stash houses. On our way back, I wanna show you where this was another place right here.
Like they got graffiti their billboards almost.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of these places, those kind of situations are like just normal for us. We know how to talk to them now, and they know that we are not. In a way, we're going to expose, but in a way, we're going to limit ourselves.
Yeah.
So they know it's part of their job that they have to deal with it also.
Yeah.
Because it's the news, so they cannot hide it. So it will be just completely going against everybody that wanted to interfere for us to not say anything.
And have the cartels ever approached you and said hey, we know who you are, you could do this, you can't do that?
Yeah, well, many times.
That's cool. I get that we're trying to expose them, but at the same time, it's like,
oh yeah, in the mountains,
you have to have
in the mountains, when I was exposing them, crossing them on a ladder, they came over and like, I'm sorry, I cannot let you go home. And I said, like, you're crazy. I said, I'm going home. Like, well, let me take pictures of your license. Like, you're not doing nothing. And I didn't let him. And it's like, that's it. I'm not coming back. This hotel, really famous for holding migrants in Mirador. It's a hotel that basically from here, they hold them and cross them through here. And that's why they have that sign, do not cross walking, right there. Specifically, it tells you that, you see a lot of people running.
Did you notice a spike in overall, it seems like that a lot of those billions of dollars had to come in over the last 4 years.
This is the Marines.
Oh, shit.
With police officers. And this is another spot that it used to be used by that right there. Used to be a hot spot right there. The cartel used to smuggle a lot through that hot spot.
What is that over there? Is that a processing facility?
Where?
Over there with all the fences?
I don't know. What is that? That's like a factory, but I don't even know what it is.
Did you say you've noticed has there been a lot of money? I mean, $60 billion came into Mexico, with all these NGOs and the cartel. Are you noticing an uptick in the quality of infrastructure or anything?
This is the only.
Just this bridge?
That's it. Wow. No other thing.
So all the money's just going to cartel, just going to gangsters?
Well, yeah, to NGOs.
And they're not investing in them.
If you can see, when it rains, we have an enormous problem. We have a sewage problem, we have a flooding problem. And I'm not talking about a big rain because I have been in jungle when it rains, it rains. Mm-hmm. It's just a small little rain. California type of rain. And it floods over here.
But this has been going on for decades. This is sewage water pouring across from Mexico with all sorts of other garbage, tires, plastics, diapers, anything you can think of that's imaginable across this huge culvert. This is massive. This cement culvert that runs through Tijuana that people can throw their garbage into, they throw their put sewage into, their chemicals into it. Nobody's checking it, nobody's testing it, and here it is coming into our country unabated. Right across the river here, you can see the border fence. You can see the sewage water coming past. And over here in front of me is a shopping mall. This is a mall with restaurants and stores and things like that, with a sewage river running right behind it. People are just throwing their garbage, their sewage, their trash into these culverts, and they end up here, polluting our waters, making our children and our military sick. And who's having to deal with and clean up this mess? You are, the U.S. taxpayer.
We have a lot of problems too with vehicles, getting stuck in neighborhoods and stuff like that. And, all these infrastructure and roads is really bad. You have a lot of holes. So the government is extremely corrupt. They have stole a lot of money, but they need to invest on something to make it look like we're doing something, and that's the bridge. It's hundreds of millions of thousands of pesos that they have invested on that, and they make it look like, oh yeah, we're doing something, but it's actually just that. The only thing I will tell you as Mexicans, what we want more than infrastructure, more than anything, is we want to be at peace. That's the only thing that we ask. Just please don't kill me.
Jeez, okay.
Just leave me alone and don't kill me, man. That's the only thing.
And
Let me just be.
Is your son's mom around?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wouldn't be too easy for you to up and leave and go to a different country, or you never would be interested in that?
Well, I'm alone, so my son is with his mom, and yeah,
I can't leave. I mean, I got my son and me are separated, so I got a place in El Salvador, but I can only go there, once a month, because unless I take him with me, then I could go a little bit more. But his mom is a little weird about me taking him out of the country. She thinks I'll never come back with him.
Well, that happens. That happens when you separate yourself. There's a lot of thoughts of what are you going to do now. But that's one of the reasons why I, at first, when the actual threats started coming to me, I had to move from west, where you are going to stay, all the way to east, that I live all the way to east. And then that shooting happened just a month ago, I think so, on the back of my house, and I had to move again.
And, so you don't buy the place, you just rent, because you're always moving.
Well, yeah, that's the sad thing about it.
Jeez, man.
And I really do not want to live here. To raise my son in this atmosphere is really bad.
Bro, what about if you come down to El Salvador?
I've been thinking about it, trying to look for other outlets.
Would your old lady go down with you?
I'm not with her.
Oh, she's not in the picture at all?
No.
Oh, okay. Wow, kind of lucky. You get at least you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
So you're just a single father then?
Yes.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, so the thing about that is that, I had an opportunity to go to live in Panama, which is also another beautiful place that I was thinking about. It's a place that I know the authorities and know a lot of people over there. So it's a place that it could actually be helpful for me. And also it's a place that it has the infrastructure to travel really close to a lot of places. Colombia, Venezuela, down south, open to the north.
You've been to El Salvador, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been to El Salvador. El Salvador is really beautiful, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
It's really, really beautiful. Those kind of girls walking like that, you won't see it late at night. You'll see it right now, but you can't do it late at night because they will immediately kidnap.
Me?
those kind of girls.
Oh. Okay.
That kind of girl that was walking right there on the street. You can't do that. That's the thing that you can do. This is we're going west right now, and it's where the wall connects, like all the way from that, all the way to the end of the beach.
San Diego, you could drive to it, huh?
Yeah.
And what's the, like when I went out in Thailand, there was bars, but guys didn't go out with a girl, right? It was like guys went out to the clubs and there was just girls all around. Is there there was no it didn't feel like there was a bar where you go out with a group of guys and girls and go to a bar and have a drink. It seemed like it wasn't like that. Is there a club scene where you go to nightclubs and dance with girls and that are actually your girlfriend, you would take her out on a date somewhere like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's beautiful places over here. There's a lot of beautiful places that you can actually take somebody out and have fun, and have a couple of drinks and just relax and enjoy.
Now, do the cartels own and control Cancun and all the resorts as well down here? Are those the cartels that made it up and out of the game, or?
Well, there's a lot of hotels that they own over here. Clubs they used to own a lot.
What about the resorts, the big ones like Hard Rocks?
There's in Ensenada they own a couple of resorts. Yes, they own a lot of the resorts, and a lot of the land they buy it. But actually in Cancun, Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta, you will see that a lot. This is actually, I wanted to just show you this. This was actually another hot spot right here. And it is actually guarded by the National Guard, this right here. This is where I got approached by a cartel member when I was recording right there on top of that mountain, and he was putting a ladder and he was crossing people one after another one and after another one. I was recording and he came running up to me, and I had the car parked exactly right here. And he came right up to me and he's like, hey, you can't go home anymore. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. We used to go up there on that part of the mountain and record, and that was a really big smuggling place right there on top. It was huge, but we can't go anymore. It's really dangerous. And also they built a neighborhood right here, so it is impossible. Back in the day we used to go and do it. Now there's houses next to the wall you're going to see right here. A lot of the community and the owners, they used to complain a lot because of the smuggling, continuous smuggling. It was a lot of smuggling. So as you can see right here, they're right there.
Those places look nice.
That right here, this is a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it's really next to the border wall. So
yeah, why would you be building those mansions next to the border wall?
This is a really high maintenance community, but a lot of them, they're fishy,
What are these? Why are there all these choppers? Are they looking?
That's the military station. Is close right there from Imperial Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's right there next to it.
Oh, that's a lot of. I've never seen that many choppers up in the air.
Yeah, it's a military station. I remember I used to live there.
Is there any legal system down here? Do people actually go to jail, or what are the prisons like down here?
We can go actually to one. It's called El Pueblito. It is the federal prison, and that one, it is the biggest prison over here. Also, there's another one in El Hongo. That's around an hour and 40 minutes away from here, in the middle of nowhere.
Are you friends with any of the people that work at these prisons?
No, but I know somebody that knows somebody right there.
Would there ever be a way that one of these
interviews and all that kind of stuff,
serial sex traffickers or anybody that that would be your cameraman and film it?
Yes, I'm trying to do that. But what I'm trying to do is also interview. But what I'm trying to do is my next thing is to go into those federal prisons and go to these state prisons and start talking to the inmates. And tell them about second chances in life and how can you change your life.
Wow.
But to people that they actually have an opportunity of changing their lives, a lot of them they don't want to, and a lot of them I don't want to talk to them. Like child molesters and sex traffickers and all those. Get me out of here. But the ones that they committed a stupid mistake and they say, you know what, I want to renew my life, I want to come out. and teach them about politics, like what's going on outside. So when they get out, they will be not brainwashed, and they immediately will know what's the whole deal with our country, what's going on. You know, oh, they told me about this, and that, and you know, so make them understand that they have opportunities and jobs and stuff like that.
You know, what you could do too is you could have a whole course too that, you know, because they're allowed to watch movies and stuff in the prison, so you could have videos and you know,
yeah. That's the whole thing that I want to do.
Go in there, do your speech, so people know who you are, and then give your you know, your films to the prison, let the inmates rent them, and you could kind of help them, coach them out of there. You could build a whole coaching system for coaching inmates that want a second chance.
That's my whole thing that I want to do now. You know, and
well, the first time you speak, let me film it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a really hot spot. You want to, you know, this was a hot spot right here. But let's park. Let's park so you can walk.